Tomorrow, 19th November 2025, is the International Men's Day. Most of the times when you talk about men, there are some things that we normally don't talk about. Quite often we talk about male dominance, but I think we don't ask the question, where are these men dominating? And when we talk about male dominance, we talk about in political positions, we talk about most of the wealthy people are men, but I think that's quite unfair. We tend to use a small and very, very, very small portion of men who are hyper successful to represent the entire society of men, which is not true. Because if you look at the dominance on a different angle, you find that most of the men, most of the people in prison are men. Actually, in Uganda, 95% of the prisoners are men. If you look at most of the suicide rates are men committing suicide. If you look at people in incarceration centers, if you go to rehabilitation centers, most of these are young boys. If you look at people abusing drugs, all different kind of drugs, these are young boys. If you look at homicides, these are young boys. If you look at violence committed wherever, whether domestic violence, whether on streets, these are young men. And I choose not to believe that when God was creating mankind, He created the Y chromosome to be a variant chromosome. I do believe that behind any self-sabotaging behavior, there's always a need that has not been met for a very long time. And that is the reason as to why we came up to start celebrating the International Men's Day so that we address most of these things. There's a lot of poor health seeking behaviors when it comes to these young men and young boys. They don't want to go to hospitals. Can we sit down with them and listen and know why? Is it because of the financial consequences? Is it because of lack of information? Is it because they don't care about their health? What could be the challenge as to why these young boys don't want to seek for health services, don't seem to care about their own lives? Why are they so much engaged in drug abuse? Is there some traumas that are not addressed? We've grown up in societies, especially typical African societies, where we are told if you're a man, you're not meant to express your emotions, you're not meant to cry. But I mean, till when shall we keep on suppressing our emotions so that we can cope up with the Joneses, with these societal stereotypes or these norms that have been grown into us, that we are not meant to speak up, we are not meant to express our emotions? We are humans before we are men. So I think there is a very big gap for us to address some of these society expectations when it comes to men and young boys. Last year, in a period of 2 months, we had here in Uganda, we had over 4 men committing suicides. One came off the building of his apartment and landed down. Another one from a hotel landed down. Another one was trying to jump into a moving vehicle to take his life. So we have to come up and address these things. I don't think there is someone who wakes up early in the morning as like, I think I just get to jump out of this balcony and fall down. This life is useless. There must be a reason behind such a big decision. It's not something that anyone comes up with. And if we don't address these things, then who? So tomorrow, 19th November, we shall be in Fort Portal City celebrating, commemorating the International Men's Day. We are having a medical camp for the entire day. We shall be having free laboratory tests. We shall be having TB screening. We shall be having prostate cancer screening. We shall be having counselors. We shall be guiding these people. We shall be having religious leaders, cultural leaders, so that we align and come up and look for the solution to this illness that is eating us up, because these are not the men that we knew. There's the modern masculinity that has come up where men are being feminine. I don't know. But it's sad. It's really sad if you look at the young boys that we are having now, and you look at our fathers and great grandfathers and grandfathers that we had back then, man, I fear for my generation. I fear for my generation. Recently, I was talking to one lady who told me that as a mother of young, successful, confident, and intelligent and strong girls, I'm worried of the kind of boys or the kind of men that they are going to bring home simply because of the trend that she's seeing. She says when she looks at what is happening and what these young boys have gotten themselves into, they're lost in drug abuse. They no longer want to stand firm and strong as men. They no longer want to exhibit that masculine power that they had. They're losing it. They scared of responsibilities, scared of committing to things, because commitment doesn't only mean that you commit to only the relationships, but even the businesses, even the things that you choose to start, you start them and end them. Your careers, your education, everything that you commit to do, you actually do it. So I think there are quite a number of things that we need to address as men. And there's nothing for men without men. If it is for men, it has to be by men so that they engage each other. It's when you get your fellow man and lean on their shoulders and tell them, look, man, it's tough. What do I do? When I say that men should cry, I don't mean go in public and start crying, but I mean you need a support system. You need a band of brothers that you lean to when things go south, and that's why I think we created a platform of Elevate SM, which you can check out on all different social media platforms. And we are a group of brothers where we come together and do life together, pray together, lift each other together, talk and inspire other different young men. Um, of our age groups and older and younger. So I believe if we all come together as a society, we can make a difference. And we need to bring these people that have navigated the waters that we aspire to navigate so that they can tell us how they sailed through. They know where the streams are, they know where we shouldn't navigate, and they know the right places that we should navigate through. It's sad we can't keep quiet and see what is taking place, see losing our fellow young men, losing the future fathers, future uncles, because it doesn't make any sense if we empower those sisters of ours, because at the end there must be a man in their lives. That man could be a husband, that man could be an uncle, that man could be a nephew, that man could be has to be a father figure. There must be a man in your life whatsoever, like it or not, but there must be money in the equation, because we cannot create any human being with one gender. There must be two genders that come together to co-create. So we need each other. We need each other. So we need to lift up each other. We have to come up together and make sure that we create a stronger society with sane, sound minds. We can't sit behind and see what is taking place, continuing to take place. We can't. We are losing boys. Young boys are lost, are lost, are lost in drugs, lost in a lot of things, in crime. It is sad. I think we need to go into the data and look at the statistics and see how things are really bad. Things are bad. Uh, yeah, they are bad. So join us tomorrow in Fort Portal City as we commemorate the International Men's Day. And I really, really would love this government to take up this day as an and make it a national day, so that because wherever we go, people are surprised. They're like, oh, finally, you also think about men. You value us. So these young men, their voices have been suppressed. Wherever you go in schools, you enter, you call students, and they expect the young boys already think that they have to get out, and they talk to their counterparts because that's how it has been. So I think it's high time we really start to get serious on mentoring these young boys and telling them what to do and the right way and the right directions to take. And I call upon all the government leaders, religious leaders, cultural leaders, all stakeholders in our society, in building a better society. Let's please come together and ensure we do good for our society and for our generation and for the future of our children.